Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. In the vast tapestry of the business world, there's a common misconception that only those born with silver spoons or with innate advantages can achieve success. However, history and countless success stories have shown that ordinary people, with the right mindset and strategies, can harness the power of the resources around them to climb the ladder of success. This journey from rags to riches isn't just about money, it's about understanding the value of resources, integrating them effectively, and creating opportunities where none seem to exist. The myth of innate advantage. In the vast expanse of the business landscape, there lies a deeply rooted myth. This myth suggests that the corridors of success, wealth, and prosperity are reserved only for those who are born into privilege, those who inherit vast fortunes, or those who possess some innate advantage that sets them apart from the masses. This belief has been perpetuated through generations, creating a divide between the haves and the have-nots, making many feel that the dream of success is unattainable. However, if we delve into the annals of history and examine the life stories of numerous successful individuals, a different narrative begins to emerge. Many of the world's most successful entrepreneurs, innovators, and leaders were not born with a silver spoon in their mouths. Instead, they were ordinary individuals who faced challenges, experienced failures, and had their fair share of struggles. But what set them apart was not an inherited advantage but a mindset that allowed them to see beyond the obvious, recognize the potential in the resources around them, and harness these resources to pave their path to success. The true essence of the rags to riches journey. The rags to riches narrative is not just about a meteoric rise in financial status. It's a holistic journey that encompasses personal growth, resilience, innovation, and the ability to adapt and evolve. Money, while an essential component, is just one part of the equation. The true essence of this journey lies in the ability to understand the value of resources, recognizing that resources are not just monetary but can be skills, knowledge, relationships, opportunities, and even challenges that can be turned into advantages. Integrate resources effectively. It's not enough to just identify resources. The magic happens when these resources are combined, integrated, and utilized in innovative ways to create value. This could mean collaborating with others, leveraging existing platforms, or finding novel applications for traditional resources. Create opportunities. The world is not a static place. It's dynamic, ever-evolving, and full of possibilities. Those who rise from obscurity to success are often those who don't wait for opportunities to knock on their doors. Instead, they create them. They see gaps in the market, needs that are unmet, and problems that require solutions. And they step in, with their amalgamation of resources, to fill these gaps and meet these needs. The journey from obscurity to success is not reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to shift their perspective, adopt a growth mindset, and take proactive steps to integrate and leverage the resources around them. In the subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into the strategies and methodologies that can help individuals harness the power of resources, overcome challenges, and chart their unique path to success. The multifaceted nature of resources. When we think of resources, our minds often gravitate towards tangible assets like money, property, or machinery. However, in the realm of business and personal growth, resources encompass a much broader spectrum. They are the tools, assets, and advantages that individuals and organizations leverage to achieve their goals, create value, and drive success. The 5 pillars of resources. Physical resources. These are the tangible assets that we can see, touch, and feel. They include machinery, buildings, equipment, and raw materials. For an entrepreneur, this could be the physical space where they operate, the tools they use, or the products they sell. For instance, a budding fashion designer might consider her sewing machine, fabrics, and studio space as her primary physical resources. Human resources, this refers to the collective skills, talents, expertise, and efforts of people. It's the human capital that drives organizations and turns ideas into reality. A tech startup, for instance, might value its team of software developers, marketers, and customer support representatives as its most crucial human resources. Intellectual resources, in the information age, knowledge is power. Intellectual resources encompass knowledge, insights, ideas, and intellectual property. This could be in the form of patents, copyrights, trademarks, or even the unique business strategies and models that set a company apart. Natural resources, these are resources derived from the environment. They include minerals, water, land, and other elements that can be used for economic gain. For a farmer, the fertility of the soil, the availability of water, and the climatic conditions are vital natural resources. Financial resources, beyond just money, financial resources include investments, credit facilities, reserves, and other monetary assets that can be used to fund operations, invest in growth opportunities, or navigate economic downturns. The interconnectedness of resources. In the modern world, resources are rarely used in isolation. They are interconnected, and their true potential is realized when they are combined and integrated in innovative ways. A restaurateur, for instance, leverages physical resources, the restaurant space, human resources, chefs, waitstaff, intellectual resources, unique recipes, branding, natural resources, ingredients, and financial resources, capital to run the restaurant, to create a dining experience for customers. Understanding the diverse nature of resources is the first step in the journey of wealth creation. It's about recognizing the value in what you have, what you can access, and how you can combine different resources to create something greater than the sum of its parts. In the subsequent sections, we will delve deeper into strategies to harness these resources effectively and the art of leveraging them to maximize value and success. The concept of leverage. In the world of physics, a lever is a simple tool that allows us to lift or move a heavy object with minimal effort. In the realm of business and personal growth, the concept of leverage plays a similar role. It's about using a resource, be it small or seemingly insignificant, to generate a disproportionately large return or outcome. In essence, leverage is the art of achieving more with less. The power of financial leverage. One of the most common forms of leverage in the business world is financial leverage. It refers to the use of borrowed funds to amplify potential returns. For instance, an entrepreneur might take out a loan to invest in a promising venture. If the venture succeeds and generates returns higher than the interest on the loan, the entrepreneur has effectively leveraged the borrowed funds to create wealth. However, it's essential to note that while leverage can amplify returns, it can also magnify losses. Hence, understanding and managing the risks associated with leverage is crucial. Leveraging time and skills. Time is a finite resource. No matter how hardworking or efficient we are, there are only 24 hours in a day. This is where the concept of leveraging other people's time and skills comes into play. By delegating tasks, collaborating, or outsourcing, individuals and businesses can achieve more in less time. For instance, a business owner might hire a skilled marketer to drive sales, allowing the owner to focus on product development or customer relations. In doing so, the business is leveraging the marketer's expertise to achieve growth. Leveraging relationships and networks. In today's interconnected world, relationships and networks are invaluable resources. They can open doors to opportunities, provide access to resources, and offer insights and knowledge that might be hard to come by otherwise. By building and nurturing relationships, individuals and businesses can leverage the collective power of a network to achieve their goals. Consider the story of a young entrepreneur who, through networking, met a seasoned investor. This relationship not only provided the entrepreneur with funding but also with mentorship and access to a broader network of industry experts. Leverage, when understood and applied effectively, can be a game changer. It's about recognizing the potential in resources, be they financial, temporal, human, or relational, and using them strategically to maximize outcomes. In the journey of wealth creation and success, leverage is a powerful ally, allowing individuals and businesses to punch above their weight and achieve results that might seem out of reach. The landscape of opportunities. Opportunities are often likened to doors. Some are wide open, inviting us in, while others might require a little effort to unlock. However, in the dynamic world of business and personal growth, waiting for doors to open might not always be the best strategy. Instead, the most successful individuals often create their own doors, their own opportunities, and then proceed to open them. The reactive versus proactive approach. Many people adopt a reactive approach to opportunities. They wait for the right moment, the right chance, or the right connection to come their way. While this isn't inherently wrong and many have found success this way, it's a passive stance. On the other hand, a proactive approach involves actively seeking out or creating opportunities. It's about identifying gaps, understanding needs, and then positioning oneself or one's business to fill those gaps and meet those needs. The power of observation. One of the primary tools in creating opportunities is observation. By keenly observing the market, the industry, and even societal trends, individuals can identify patterns, needs, and gaps. For instance, an entrepreneur might notice that with the rise of remote work, there's an increased demand for home office furniture. Recognizing this trend early on and positioning their business to cater to this need is a way of creating an opportunity. Collaboration and synergy. Sometimes, creating opportunities involves joining forces with others. By collaborating with individuals or businesses that complement your skills or offerings, you can tap into new markets, cater to a broader audience, or offer enhanced value. Consider the example of a software developer partnering with a graphic designer to offer complete website solutions. Together, they can cater to clients' needs more holistically than they could individually. Continuous learning and adaptability. The world is ever evolving, and what's relevant today might be obsolete tomorrow. Continuous learning and adaptability are crucial in staying ahead of the curve and creating opportunities in a changing landscape. By upskilling, staying updated with industry trends, and being willing to pivot when necessary, individuals and businesses can position themselves as frontrunners in their domains. Creating opportunities is not about waiting for the stars to align but about aligning them oneself. It's a proactive, dynamic approach that requires observation, collaboration, and continuous growth. In the subsequent sections, we will delve deeper into practical strategies and real-life examples of how individuals and businesses have created opportunities and carved their paths to success. The hidden treasures around us. In our quest for success and growth, we often look outward, seeking new resources, tools, or collaborations. However, sometimes, the key to unlocking significant value lies closer than we think. Dormant or underutilized assets, often overlooked, can be optimized to generate substantial returns. These hidden treasures can be tangible or intangible, and recognizing their potential can be a game changer. Identifying dormant assets. The first step in this journey is introspection and assessment. Individuals and businesses need to take stock of what they have. This could be physical spaces, an unused room, a vacant piece of land, or even excess inventory. Skills and talents. Perhaps there's a skill you possess that you've never monetized or a team member with a talent that hasn't been fully utilized. Intellectual property. This could be a patent that's gathering dust, a piece of software that was developed but never marketed, or even research that hasn't been published or commercialized. Strategies to optimize. Once these assets are identified, the next step is to brainstorm ways to put them to use. Here are some strategies. Monetization. This is the most direct approach. If you have a vacant room, consider renting it out. If you have a skill, perhaps you can offer consultancy services or workshops. Collaboration. partner with someone who can complement your dormant asset. For instance, if you have a piece of software, maybe you can collaborate with a marketer to bring it to the market. Repurposing, sometimes, a slight tweak or modification can turn a dormant asset into something highly valuable. An old warehouse can be transformed into a co-working space or an event venue. Leveraging for negotiation, even if you don't directly use the asset, knowing its value can be a powerful negotiation tool. For instance, a patent might not be commercialized, but it can be a significant leverage point in business deals or partnerships. Real-life example. Consider the story of Alex, who inherited a piece of land from his grandparents. For years, the land remained unused. However, after assessing its potential, Alex decided to turn it into a community garden. Not only did this beautify the area and provide fresh produce to the community, but it also became a hub for events, workshops, and community gatherings, generating revenue and creating a lasting impact. Dormant assets, when identified and optimized, can become significant sources of value and growth. It's about shifting perspectives, thinking creatively, and being open to unconventional approaches. In the subsequent sections, we will delve deeper into practical tools and methodologies to assess, identify, and optimize these hidden treasures effectively. The essence of win-win. In the competitive world of business, there's a common belief that for one to win, another must lose. This zero-sum mindset, while prevalent, is not the only way to approach business or personal interactions. The concept of win-win is rooted in the idea that it's possible to create situations where all parties involved can benefit and achieve their objectives. Beyond competition, embracing collaboration. While competition can drive innovation and growth, collaboration can lead to synergies where the combined efforts of parties result in outcomes greater than the sum of their individual efforts. By working together, businesses can tap into new markets, share risks, pool resources, and achieve mutual goals. For instance, consider two businesses, one excels in product development but lacks marketing expertise, while the other has a robust marketing network but struggles with product innovation. By collaborating, these businesses can leverage each other's strengths, leading to enhanced products and better market reach. Creating value for all. The essence of win-win lies in value creation. It's not about dividing a fixed pie but expanding it. This requires understanding stakeholders, recognize the needs, objectives, and constraints of all parties involved. Open communication. Transparent dialogue can lead to better understanding and the identification of areas of mutual benefit. Flexibility, being adaptable and open to new ideas or approaches can pave the way for win-win outcomes. Real-life example. Consider the collaboration between a popular music streaming service and a leading headphone manufacturer. The streaming service offers premium subscribers a significant discount on the headphones, while the headphone manufacturer provides a free 3-month subscription to the streaming service with every purchase. Both companies benefit from increased sales and exposure to each other's customer base, creating a win-win situation. Win-win situations are not just idealistic concepts, they are practical strategies that can lead to sustainable growth, stronger relationships, and mutual success. By shifting from a competitive mindset to one of collaboration and mutual benefit, individuals and businesses can unlock new avenues of growth and create lasting value. The abundance around us. Society is a vast reservoir of resources, both tangible and intangible. From physical assets like infrastructure and technology to intangible assets like knowledge, skills, and relationships, the resources available are immense. The key lies in recognizing these resources and understanding how to harness them for mutual benefit. The principle of exchange. At the heart of harnessing society's resources is the principle of exchange. It's not about taking or exploiting, but about giving and receiving in a manner that benefits all parties involved. This could be in the form of barter, collaboration, partnerships, or even knowledge sharing. For instance, a startup might not have the funds to rent office space but could offer its services to a co-working space in exchange for a place to work. This exchange benefits both parties. The startup gets a workspace, and the co-working space gets valuable services. Collaborative growth. One of the most effective ways to harness societal resources is through collaboration. By joining forces with others, individuals and businesses can tap into resources they might not have access to on their own. This could be in the form of joint ventures, partnerships, or even community-driven initiatives. A local artisan, for example, might collaborate with a digital marketer to reach a broader audience online. While the artisan brings the craft and products, the marketer brings the expertise to promote them, leading to mutual growth. Community and crowdsourcing. In today's interconnected world, the power of community and crowdsourcing cannot be understated. By tapping into the collective intelligence, skills, and resources of a group, individuals and businesses can achieve goals that might be out of reach on their own. Consider crowdfunding platforms where entrepreneurs present their ideas, and individuals from around the world contribute funds to bring these ideas to life. Not only does the entrepreneur get the necessary funding, but the contributors often get early access to products, services, or other perks. Harnessing society's resources is about recognizing the abundance around us and creating avenues for beneficial exchange. It's about collaborative growth, community engagement, and the belief that when we come together, the possibilities are limitless. The power of delegation. In the journey of personal and business growth, there's a point where doing everything oneself becomes counterproductive. Time, after all, is a finite resource. This is where the power of delegation and commission comes into play. By empowering others to act on your behalf, you can scale efforts, reach broader audiences, and achieve more than you could alone. Understanding commission-based models. A commission-based model is where individuals or entities are compensated based on the results they deliver. This could be sales, leads, or any other metric of success. The beauty of this model is that it aligns the interests of all parties involved. The more successful the individual or entity is in driving results, the more they earn, and the more the primary business or individual benefits. For instance, in real estate, agents earn a commission based on the sale price of properties they help sell. Their earnings are directly tied to their performance, incentivizing them to secure the best deals. Benefits of empowerment through commission. Scalability. By leveraging the efforts of others, businesses can scale their operations without proportionally increasing their overheads. Risk mitigation. Since compensation is tied to results, there's less financial risk involved. You pay for actual results, not just efforts. Diverse skill sets. Commission-based models attract a variety of individuals with diverse skills and networks, bringing a wealth of expertise and connections to the table. Setting the stage for success. For a commission-based model to be successful, certain elements need to be in place. Clear expectations. Clearly define what is expected in terms of performance, and how commissions will be calculated and paid. Support and resources. Provide individuals with the tools, training, and resources they need to succeed. Open communication. Maintain open channels of communication to address concerns, provide feedback, and celebrate successes. Empowerment through commission is a powerful strategy that aligns interests, drives performance, and allows for scalable growth. By setting clear expectations, providing support, and fostering a culture of open communication, businesses and individuals can harness the collective efforts of many to drive success. The stage and the performers. In the world of arts, a stage is a platform where performers showcase their talents. The stage doesn't sing, dance, or act, it merely provides the space for the artists to shine. Similarly, in the business realm, setting the stage means creating platforms or environments where others can perform, bringing value to the platform creator and the broader ecosystem. Why set the stage? Scalability. By allowing others to perform on your platform, you can cater to a larger audience without directly increasing your workload. Diversity. Different performers bring varied talents, skills, and offerings, enriching the platform and making it more appealing to a broader audience. Monetization. While performers benefit from the platform's audience and infrastructure, the platform owner can monetize through commissions, fees, or other revenue models. Examples of successful stages. E-commerce marketplaces. Platforms like Amazon or eBay allow sellers to list their products, reaching a global audience. The platform handles transactions, reviews, and often logistics, earning a commission on each sale. Content platforms. Websites like YouTube or Medium allow creators to publish content, be it videos, articles, or other forms. The platform benefits from user engagement and ad revenues, while creators earn through ads, sponsorships, or subscriptions. Building your stage. Identify the niche, understand where there's a gap or demand in the market. What kind of platform is needed? Who are the potential performers and audience? Infrastructure and tools. Ensure that the platform is equipped with the necessary tools, technology, and infrastructure to support the performers and cater to the audience. Attracting performers. Initially, you might need to incentivize performers to join. This could be through promotional offers, better revenue splits, or marketing support. Engage the audience. A platform is only as good as its audience. Engage them through marketing, feedback loops, and continuous improvement. Setting the stage is about recognizing that you don't have to be the sole performer to reap the benefits. By building platforms that empower others, you can achieve scalable growth, diversify offerings, and create win-win scenarios for all involved. The interconnected web of opportunities. As we've journeyed through the various facets of business thinking, one thing becomes abundantly clear: success in the modern business landscape is not a solo endeavor. It's an intricate dance of collaboration, leveraging resources, understanding the power of platforms, and creating win-win scenarios. It's about recognizing the vast web of opportunities that surround us and learning how to weave them into a tapestry of success. The power of perspective. One of the most significant takeaways from our exploration is the importance of perspective. Traditional business thinking often boxed individuals and organizations into silos, limiting their potential. However, by shifting our perspective, by looking at dormant assets as opportunities, by viewing competitors as potential collaborators, and by understanding the power of community and platforms, we unlock a world of possibilities. The journey ahead. While the concepts we've discussed provide a roadmap, the journey of business success is ever-evolving. The digital age, globalization, and rapid technological advancements mean that the business landscape is in a constant state of flux. Adaptability, continuous learning, and a willingness to embrace change are crucial. In the grand symphony of business, each individual, each organization, plays a unique note. But it's when these notes come together, harmonizing through collaboration, leveraging, and mutual growth, that we create a melody that resonates, inspires, and drives success. Thank you for embarking on this journey of exploration and learning. May the insights and strategies discussed be the wind beneath your wings, propelling you towards greater heights in your business endeavors.